All right, fam. So one thing that people talk about a lot is aliens are coming. They coming. Aliens are coming. But why are they coming? Did they tell you that? They ain't coming to take over nothing because they already here. Actually, they control the weather and they on the ground. But anyway, no, man, they coming here because this here is like we in 3D right now and we in 5D. But most of us are in 3D, the third density Earth. A small percentage of us are in the fifth density of Earth. All right, and starting with the fifth density of Earth, that means that this here is just another creation that we experience all the time, which means we're going to figure out and we're going to remember that we're God, starting with fifth density Earth. But before we came here, y'all, that's what we used to do. We would go and experience other creations, like freely. We'll experience a creation for a certain amount of time, leave that one. Sometimes we'll go out into eternity and chill out for a while. And sometimes we'll go to one of our friends' creations. Like, that's what we used to do. And that's what we fit to get back to, beginning with 5D. The only reason they're fit to reveal themselves is because the game is ending. So it's time for us to remember that this creation, what we fit to turn it to, is one of the creations that we just go and experience and have a ball, have fun, turn it into bliss. That's why they're revealing themselves, because the game is ending, okay? And they're going to help us remember who we are, like before we came. That's all. That's why they're coming. That's why they're returning, because it's like the game is pretty much ending, man. It's ending. For 5 years, for the people that's in 5D, the game pretty much over. The game is only still going because y'all in 3D still thinking y'all human and still living in fear and lack. And that's an illusion. You don't have to have no fear. You don't have to have no lack. Just accept 5D and get out of that. But anyway, that's what the aliens are coming here to do, man, because like it's gonna be several different kinds, because that's what we do in other creations. We go and experience other creations just to have fun, to play. Like just like kids. We're just super knowledgeable, okay? And there's no consequence to anything we do because creation take care of us. But that's why they're coming back, because the game is over. And I don't even want to say that's why they're coming back, because a lot of them are here right now in politics. They're here right now in entertainment. I mean, in movies, in sports. They here. Any sports person or somebody in politics or somebody in the movie, they are aliens just like us in the human avatar, but they are the chosen ones in 3D. But as we go into 5D, the new chosen ones in 5D, the new celebrities in 5D are going to emerge from the strife and pain of 3D, if that makes sense to y'all. But that's why they're coming back, man, because the game is pretty much over for the people in 5D. We finna start remembering we God. And by remembering you God, that means we finna start reversing aging. They probably come out with the med beds next year, a year or two from now. I'm not gonna say much else about that because they be flagging me, man. But no, you finna start going back to being God. Just like in your dreams. If you dream about somebody, which those are your creations, and everybody in that dream you made up out of nowhere. You made them up. You can dream about your husband or wife, but yet they're in the bed right next to you. But just like that, you can like remember who you are. And we're gonna start rejuvenating our own bodies, because vaccines didn't make us sick. Nope. They just told us they made us sick. They gave, it had to be something to point the finger at, okay? But those people that came down here and supposedly been injured by vaccines, no, they came to experience that, man. That was just their part of the story. Everybody had to play a script. Just like the people here that are so-called evil, nope, they're loved just the same because somebody had to play Denzel. Denzel had to play Alonzo in Training Day, didn't he? But do you hate him? Nope, he had to play his character. And that's what people that are doing heinous things, they still love, man, because somebody had to play them characters. We wanted to experience that. But we finna go back to being perfect, man. Go back to being beautiful. You know how all those pictures and stuff be airbrushed and stuff like that? That's how we really look, y'all. No blemishes, no sweat glands, no nothing. That's how we really look when we, incarnate into an avatar. We are perfect. And that's what we're going back to. That's why they have all those those surgeries to make people look a certain way, because that's how they would design their avatar, right? Without even like putting any effort to it. We can just think how we want to look, and that's how we're gonna look. Y'all, we have so much to look forward to beginning with 5D. whenever y'all decide to accept it. If you don't right now, that's fine. You're just choosing another timeline because your soul still have things to experience in 3D. But man, that's why they coming back, y'all. This right here for to become a playground again. And that's why Earth was doing that reset when all that bad weather was going on. We finna change all that. There ain't gonna be no president. We're gonna do that as sovereign beings, man. We sovereign beings. We are all God, and nobody can tell us what to do. Nobody controls us. We bow to nobody. We pray to nobody. We vote for nobody. All right? But yeah, that's why they coming back, man. Because the game is pretty much over for the ones of us in 5D. All right? Love y'all. I know that was a long rant, man, but that's what it is. Love y'all. Peace.